medical centre, sports facilities if you're interested in all different sports. We also have coffee shops and places to eat, but we also have accommodation which is at either side of campus. So it's a great environment to be in. It's with all the clubs and activities that are going on, it's a nice, lively, vibrant campus to be on. However, you are 5 minutes away from our local town, Uxbridge, and 45 minutes into central London. As I mentioned, accommodation is also on campus. So we have over 4,500 self-catering rooms on campus, and they're divided between ensuite, standard and studio flats. So you're looking at around about £500 per month for a standard room, goes up to around about £600 per month for an ensuite room. For undergraduate and postgraduate students, you will be allocated rooms with the halls of people of your own level of qualification. So if you're a master's student, you will be allocated with other master's students. Now, for the last 2 years, we have guaranteed the accommodation for all international students for all the years of study. So that means if you are an undergraduate student, then for all your 3 years of study, you would be guaranteed accommodation, especially if you apply within the timeline that is laid out. Now, our university as well, our tenancy agreement includes the vacations. So at Christmas and Easter, you do not need to vacate the rooms. You can leave all your things there, which is again slightly different to other universities. Now here, obviously, all universities probably boast to you world-class facilities and services. Now, the key thing is the gentleman, if you're into your sports, you'll know the gentleman on the left-hand side, who is Usain Bolt. And that's why we can boast that we have world-class sports facilities. He used our university as his training ground for not only the Olympics in 2012 when it was in London, but it also came back to use the facilities again when it was the London Games a few years later. So we have a 2.5 million worth of UEFA class football facilities, as well as the competition standard athletics track, obviously used by Usain Bolt as his training ground. But we also have the best sporting reputation in the country and have produced many Olympic champions. But not only this, with the services that we provide, we have a Brunel Language Centre. Now they offer free workshops and one-to-one consultations for enrolled students. We have a library that includes assistive technology, digital resources, 24 hours opening time during the term time, and they have special collections, subject-specific librarians who help our students and digital and information literacy. Then we have our award-winning professional development centre. So whether you want to get a part-time work, placements, entrepreneurship, they're there to support you. We also, with the facilities, for instance, our aerospace engineering students, we have a flight simulator on campus as well as the wind tunnel. We have a motorsport centre as well. So I'd recommend, if you get an opportunity, visit our website, visit our virtual tour of the campus, and you can see all the facilities that we offer there. So with our location being West London, being a campus-based university, and with our world sort of facilities and services that we offer at the university, I think that's why we were voted top 10 in London for student satisfaction. But not only this, it's also the wide range of subjects that we offer at the university. We divided into the 3 colleges, so the College of Business, Arts and Social Sciences, Then we have the College of Engineering, Design and Physical Sciences. And finally, College of Health and Life Sciences. So all our courses for our studies start in the September time. And over 95% of our courses at undergraduate level also offer a work placement option in the degree. That means that you would study year 1 and year 2. Third year, you're in the industry for a year, come back for the final year. So it's a great opportunity to gain links with industries, great for your CV. You could be earning a salary that year, just makes you more employable after you've graduated. But we also do offer some placement options for our business and economics finance students at that master's level. As I mentioned, all the courses start in the September time. However, we do have some postgraduate courses starting in January. Now that's in the business and management area and law department. And then for engineering, we offer it by distance learning. The key thing is, obviously, within light of COVID-19, we are still working towards that September intake. However, we may sort of review the start date maybe to October and things like that. We're still working towards September. That's where we're going. But obviously, if anything changes, there'll be updates and information provided to you. So in the UK, we do study in a wide range of ways. So you do have your traditional lectures, which obviously offer broad overviews of key concepts and ideas that you're learning. Then we have the lab work. So that will help you develop and understand technical and research skills using methods and techniques introduced in your lectures. And, you know, for instance, here's an example of a student that is a computer science student. So all first year students are given a mini robot that you see in his hands there. So what you're learning in your classroom and your lectures with the programming side, you then got visual, latest technology and equipment to see what you're doing is working and is correct. And you have access to the drones and different technical experience, equipment there. Another example of lab work. So for our law students, we have on campus what's called a moot court. A moot court is a mock courtroom. So students will come in with their gowns on, and then they will be acting on behalf of a claimant or a defendant, and we have guest judges that come in. So it's very much like a mock trial. So you can see what they're learning in their classrooms and their lectures with the debating skills they're learning, they're then putting into practice. And I think the great one is our sort of, as I say, aerospace engineering, motorsport engineering with the latest technology and equipment we have in our labs. Definitely something to check out. Not only with the studying, the other things that studying in the wide range of ways are small group project works, which develop key professional skills such as teamwork, report writing, evaluation and communication. All students are allocated and assigned a personal tutor. So you have good one-to-one meetings that assist with your personal objectives, your progress, and your individual development. And we have great links with industries. So we do have external speakers, which all then forms part of your professional development. And all that work that you're doing at the university accumulates into a final year dissertation. Now, some of our students complete a final year dissertation of project work. Some may be doing an extended essay. Some may do, for instance, our design students will make a product which would then be pitched to industry. Others may develop a piece of creative writing or musical or dramatic performance. So at Brunel, we have a link with a Navitas college called LBIC. They run our pathway programs. on various subjects. Again, their portfolio of the subjects they are taking is being increased to then feed into our degree programs. So students that study on the programs at LBIC, they study at Brunel. They have all the access that a Brunel student has. The only difference is they're taught by LBIC, but on successful completion of the course, they will transfer onto the undergraduate or master's program. But with their progression rate of 95% for undergraduate and 97% of postgraduate students, you can see is a very good pathway program to choose. I mentioned earlier about Brunel Language Centre. So they offer a wide range of their programs to support students. So the pre-sessional English courses are for students that haven't met the English language requirements for direct entry, and they need just an extra bit of help to bring them up to that level. We are, again, in light of COVID-19, offering the pre-sessional courses as online options. More information is on the website. We offer English at Brunel for those students who wish to study a general English only course in a university environment. If you have met the minimum English language requirements when you come to study at Brunel, you do have the opportunity to attend free workshops and one-to-one consultations on different academic aspects. So if you're not confident in, for instance, your presentation skills or your academic writing, definitely take advantage of these free workshops for you. The Brunel Language Centre also offer the modern foreign language. So again, it's free of charge. So definitely take that opportunity if you're keen to learn another language, whether it's another European language, whether you want to learn Arabic, whether you want to learn Mandarin, the opportunity is there for you. We also have a Brunel English language test, which you either can take at Brunel, or we have in the past been running the in-country Brunel English language testing. So we can work with our advisors in order to run that in-country. Again, in light of COVID-19, we are looking at trialing an online Brunel English language test. And if you wanted more information, that will be appearing on the website, or work with our advisors on that to get that further information as and when it arises. So I always say, yes, it's about studying hard at university, but definitely get involved. We have over 150 different clubs and societies at the university, and they range from the traditional sports, but we also have cultural, religious, political groups, to then some extreme activities like skydiving or scuba diving or ultimate frisbee. But then there are a number of relaxing pastimes that you may want to take, whether it's baking, photography, pottery, or choir practice. The key thing is that we are an international diverse community at the university. You're making friends from all over the world, and it's a good way of making friends by joining these other activities. So at our university, we have a professional development centre. So they offer, they have a job shop on campus. So they advertise all the jobs that are happening on campus. As I mentioned earlier, because we're a one campus university, there's jobs available, coffee shops, restaurants, but you could become a student ambassador as well. So that would be like showing people around the campus on open days, things like that. We recommend students work no more than 15 hours a week during the term time, and obviously that's dependent on your visa as well, just so you can get your work-life studies balance right. Now we have dedicated careers advisors that can offer one-to-one support with you. We also have, as I mentioned earlier, about the placement scheme. So if you're interested in placement, what you would need to do, you would need to sign up to the placement centre in order to get the job advertisements in your area of interest. Then there are dedicated subject advisors that would work with you with your CV writing and your interview technique in order to be a successful interview. Unfortunately, we can't guarantee the placement because you have to be successful at interview. But with all the support and guidance you get from us, you're likely to. And don't forget, if you're interested in the master's programme in management or economics and finance, we also have that placement option at the end of your master's programme. For the MSc management, is up to a 1-year placement. The Professional Development Centre also support the graduate school that helps with postgraduate students in any services they require there. And also we offer an employers fair every year. So we have great links with over 1,500 companies across the sector. So you can see some of the names being shown here on the slide, like Ernst Young, the other banks, but we also have IBM, Microsoft, Jaguar. We also have links with Formula One, British Airways, Air France. So really good, strong companies that we have links with. So to summarise with our placement service, over 95% of our undergraduate courses have that placement opportunity. All our students have access to the first-class coaching, mentoring and networking opportunities. We have links with over 1,500 companies across all sectors. We have professional mentoring programs helping students to improve their employability and gain confidence. We also offer our university the Graduate Entrepreneur Scheme, and that allows international students to extend their stay in the UK for up to 2 years with a Tier 1 visa to start a business. With all the support and guidance our Professional Development Centre offer, that's why they've been voted 5th in the UK for their services, and that was voted by students. Brunel offers the International Academic Excellence Scholarship, where we have 110 scholarships available for the September start. And then we have a further 20 scholarships that's available for any students wish to start at the January time. Now, you make an application online or register your interest online. Successful students, it would be £6,000 off your tuition fees. So as our master's programs are 1 year, it'd be £6,000 off the tuition fees. However, if you're an undergraduate student, it would be £6,000 per year for up to 3 years, and that's off your tuition fees. And that is obviously dependent on your grades at the end of each year. The first closing date is on 17th of April, so just in, I guess in around about 10 days time or so. And then the second round would be the 30th of June, and that's for this year. We normally set our fees and scholarships 1 year in advance. So if you're not looking to start your studies this September, but maybe September 2021, then definitely sort of at the moment decide on your course, location, where you'd like to study, the environment you would like to study in. And then when you're going into that final year decisions around about November time, that's when you can check out how much will it cost me and are there any scholarships available to me. So obviously in these difficult times, we are supporting all our Brunel community, including the inquiries and applicants. Now we have put together on the website a frequently asked questions that you might be thinking about. You know, is Brunel still accepting applications? And the short answer is yes, definitely. We're still considering applications as normal. The admissions team, although they're all working from home at the moment, they are still assessing, processing those decisions. If there's any problems with your examinations that, you know, or your universities, your high schools are closed and you may not be sitting the examination, but it may be dealt with by online assessments and things like that, don't worry. Just contact our admissions team, let them know your circumstances. We are sort of flexible and we're reviewing in every application on a case-by-case basis. For our university, we obviously English language is required as an examination. If you can't take an IELTS, we are now looking at Duolingo, Password as alternative English language tests, should I say. We also accept TOEFL, but also look out for our Brunel English language test. I guess I covered about the transcripts and the results and things like that. And I mentioned at the beginning, so the term dates, we're still continuing with our registration dates in the September time, but we will closely monitor the situation and be as flexible as possible with your arrival if you're looking to come in this September. And then generally, Brunel, if you're looking for this September's intake, we usually prepare CASs around about June, July time. So again, we'll still be monitoring that closely. So that's it from me, and hopefully covered everything. That's a lot of information for you. So if you have any questions, I'm more than welcome to try and answer them for you. Katerina?
Yes, Karen, thank you very much for all the information on the presentation. I hope it was useful for our attendees. I will translate about the question to Russian, okay? Just a moment.
Yeah, that's fine.
Так, ну, если у вас есть какие-то вопросы, пишите нам, да. Так, сейчас вижу какой-то вопрос. Да, написали. Yes, Karen, we have two questions in English, in question and answers.
Yeah.
Do you see them?
Okay.
Если, just a second, sorry. I'll finish my thoughts. So, если есть вопросы по-русски, да, не стесняйтесь, пишите, да, я переведу все, так что ждем, да. Сейчас пока ответим на те вопросы, которые уже поступили. Yeah, Karen, sorry.
So the deadline for applications, now if you're talking about undergraduate applications, then the UCAS deadline would be the 30th of June. If you're talking about postgraduate applications, there's no official deadline. It's always better to apply as soon as you're ready, especially for the September intake, just to make sure that you've got your application, you've got all the decisions being made, you can meet all the requirements in order, ready towards a September start. A second question is, I will need to, you've already got an unconditional offer at Brunel, so amazing, congratulations. You've amended it to 2020 intake, IELTS expires 2020. I think the best thing for you to do, if you could actually, I'm going to type in my email address so that you can email me directly with your Brunel ID number, and we can take this further offline. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, we have one question in Russian.
Yes, I know. I couldn't read it.
Yeah, let me translate it to. How many students do you usually have in one student group in bachelor, some bachelor course?
Right. Okay.
General.
So yeah, that's fine. So generally, the population, or we have 14,000 students at Brunel. We have around about 15% are international students, around about 8% are European students, and the remainder are home students. So the majority of our population are home students. If you're breaking it down for undergraduate studies and postgraduate studies, then when you're looking at the breakdown, it's postgraduate studies is around about 50% that are international students, and then the remainder are EU or home students, whereas undergraduate studies, the population is a lot higher for home students there. Now, for Russian students, we have, I checked the details today, we have around about 10 new students from Russia every year, and that's for the past 3 years. But as I mentioned, we are an international diverse community. So we have students from over 110 different countries. So over 152, I think, nationalities at the university. So like I said earlier, you're making friends from all over the world. But hopefully that's answered your questions.
Right. Thanks a lot. It was a lot of details additional.
Lots of numbers there.
Yeah. Так, ребят, если есть еще вопросы, пишите нам. Мы подождем еще немного, да, на линии. Если вспомните что-то позже, также пишите, звоните нам смело, да, презентацию, которую Карен нам сегодня показала, и запись вебинара мы пришлем дополнительно всем участникам. Поэтому, если что-то, к чему-то захотите вернуться, да, пересмотреть какие-то моменты вебинара, все обязательно пришлем. Yeah, Karen, I've just told that we'll send the recording of the webinar to all the participants, and if they have any questions further, they will answer to them. So let's wait a couple of minutes more if people have more questions, okay? And,
yeah, sure.
And they don't, let's just thank to Karen for her time and all the details shared with us. Thanks a lot for this.
That's okay. And as I say, if you have other questions, because I know sometimes, like myself, is that you listen to a presentation, you go away, and then you suddenly think, oh, I wish I asked that question, or I needed to know more information about something else. You can always email me. My email address is there on the screen, karen.arnold@brunel.ac.uk, or work with Katerina as well. So you have a lot of support and guidance for you in order for you to study.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah. Well, there are no more questions. I think then let's finalize our webinar.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks again, and thank you to all the participants to listen to us.
Yes,
hopefully it was useful. Yeah.
And all your best with your studies, and I hope to see you at Brunel.
Yeah. Well, thanks again, and take care. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.